Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham. So far 7 problems I have completed on this topic of computation of income from business and profession. So in these 7 problems we have seen different provisions are applied. So until and unless you are sure about the provisions of Income Tax Act, you cannot solve the problem. Be perfect on all the theory which I have explained in the first 3 videos. Then you can easily understand the problems. In this video, 2 more problems I am going to explain you, 8th and 9th. So before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. Always keep ready. Take the screenshot of the points which I have written, then I'll explain. Now, see the problem number 8. Mr. Kishore Kumar, a resident individual, furnishes the following particulars for the previous year relevant to the current assessment year. Our current assessment year is 22-23 and the previous year is 21-22. Compute income from business. So we are given the profit and loss account and a few adjustments are also given. What is the net profit as per P&L account? 3,49,000. 3,49,000 is the net profit as per profit and loss account. So here I have taken net profit as per profit and loss account 3,49,000. Now debit side of P&L account will see what are the inadmissible expenses. Those expenses which are disallowed by the Income Tax Act. Now debit side you see 8th problem. First one, salary to staff allowed. Staff welfare expenditure allowed, goods and service tax GST allowed, general expenses allowed, bad debts allowed, reserve for bad and doubtful debts disallowed. The provision for doubtful debts or reserve for doubtful debts completely disallowed. So here I have taken reserve for bad and doubtful debts disallowed, add back. Next one, fire insurance allowed, advertisement expenses allowed, interest on Krishna Kumar's capital and loan. That means interest on capital is completely disallowed according to the provisions of Income Tax Act. Interest paid on loan, that is allowed. But here it is given interest paid on Krishna Kumar's capital, disallowed. So here 3,500 disallowed. Next comes expenditure on acquisition of copyright, lump sum consideration for acquiring know-how. This copyright and know-how are intangible assets. So expenditure incurred on purchasing the copyright or purchasing the know-how, that's a capital expenditure, disallowed. So here it is debited to profit and loss account. So we disallowed. How much? 75,000 and 1,10,000. This is 75,000 and this is 1,10,000 disallowed. But according to the provisions of Income Tax Act, depreciation at the rate of 25% is allowed on intangible assets. So these are the intangible assets. This 1,10,000 and 75,000. On both of these, depreciation is allowed at 25%. And one more point is given in the adjustment that copyright and know-how are acquired 2 months back. Income Tax Act, there is a provision. If the asset is purchased and used for less than 6 months, then only 50% of normal depreciation will be allowed. Again, I repeat, in the previous videos also I told you, if you are genuinely interested, always make note of the provisions which I am explaining. Keep a notebook, calculator, pen ready while watching these videos. So many new provisions are there. Now in this case, purchase of copyright and know-how, intangible asset, disallowed. Depreciation at 25% is allowed, but one condition is given. This copyright and patents are purchased just 2 months back. Just 2 months back means not used for more than 6 months. It is used for less than 6 months. So only 50% of normal depreciation will be allowed. So here deductions as per IT rules. Depreciation on copyright and know-how. 25% of 1,85,000. How you got 1,85,000? 75 plus 110. 1,85,000 into 50%. This 50% I'm multiplying because the asset is used for less than 6 months. If it is 6 months or more, we have to take the full year depreciation. Here, half depreciation. So 23, 125. Next one is loss on sale of shares. Loss on sale of shares is not a business loss. It is the loss which is incurred in other sources that will come there. But here loss on sale of shares is not allowed as deduction. It's a capital loss. So here loss on sale of shares 18,000 disallowed. Next item is what is the next item here? Provision for income tax 4,000 completely disallowed. Provision for income tax 4,000 disallowed. So we have taken all the debit side items. Now credit side, you can see which are the items which are not business income that we deduct. So here income, gross profit is given, sundry receipt, that's a business income. Profit on sale of land, this is not a business income. This profit on sale of land is taxable under income from other sources. It is not taxable as a business income, so we deduct. Here income is taxable under other heads. Profit on sale of land 2,08,000 that we have deducted. Over. The profit and loss account, we have checked each and every item we have seen. Now adjustments. Salary to staff includes salary paid to a relative which is unreasonable to the extent of 30,000. Income Tax Act says salary paid to any relative of the SSC should be reasonable. If unreasonable salary is paid to a relative of the SSC, then whatever unreasonable amount disallowed. Here 30,000 is the unreasonable amount disallowed. So unreasonable salary to a relative 30,000 disallowed. Advertisement expense include 10,300 being cost of 15 briefcases presented to customers. Income Tax Act says advertisement expenditure incurred to promote the business is fully allowed as deduction, whether it is given in briefcase form or any other item, not concerned. Income Tax Act says only if advertisement is given to promote the business, it is allowed. So nothing to be done. In working note, we can write advertisement expenses are fully allowed as deduction. Then for recovery of the amount due from debtors, the SSC has not made any effort. See here. Income Tax Act says bad debts will be allowed as deduction only if the SSC has taken all efforts in recovering the amount from the customer. If the SSC has not taken any steps to recover the amount, then bad debts are not allowed as deduction. In the previous problems, we have taken bad debts are allowed, assuming that SSC has taken all steps to recover. But here it is given SSC has not taken any step to recover the amount from customer. So bad debts are not allowed as deduction. So how much are the bad debts debited to profit and loss account? It is 9,500. So 9,500 disallowed. Here 9,500 bad debts are disallowed because the SSC has not taken any steps to recover the amount. Then written down value of machinery block with 15% depreciation is 5,10,000. Machinery, the present value of the machinery is 5,10,000, on which 15% is the rate of depreciation allowed. So 15% of 5,10,000, 76,500 is the depreciation which is allowed as per IT rules. Now, WDV of furniture with 10% depreciation on the first day of the previous year is 30,000. Half of it is sold for 42,000. See here. Actually, the book value of the whole furniture is 30,000. But half of the furniture is sold for 42,000. That means the sale proceed is more than the book value. No depreciation will be allowed. Because when the asset is sold during the year, no depreciation will be provided according to the provisions of Income Tax Act. So the furniture was sold. So no depreciation is allowed. Now 30,000 was the book value, but it is sold at 42,000. So remaining, that is the profit on sale of furniture. that is taxable under capital gain, short-term capital gain. Income Tax Act says if any depreciable asset is sold, whatever gain the SSC gets, that is completely short-term capital gain, not a business income. So here no depreciation will be applied on furniture because furniture was sold. And secondly, the selling price of the half of the furniture is more than the book value. So the difference amount is the capital gain, which is taxable under income from capital gain. It will not come in business income. Copyright and know-how are acquired 2 months back. Already we have seen depreciation half. Then outstanding salary is 16,800. Income Tax Act says if the SSC follows mercantile system of accounting, then salary paid as well as salary outstanding both are allowed. Here outstanding salary was not deducted in P&L account. Now it is allowed. So 16,800 outstanding salary. Now one more last. Refund from goods and service tax during the previous year is 8,150 pertaining to the year 2021 year. GST refund. Actually income tax paid is not allowed as deduction. So income tax refund is not an income. Whereas GST paid is allowed as deduction. So refund of GST is taxable income. So GST allowed as deduction and refund of GST is a business income. Now we have to add. Refund of goods and service tax 8,150 we have to add to the profit because GST was allowed as deduction. That's all. All the adjustment items we have seen. Now we'll compute the business income. So add up all the inner column items, it will be 2,62,000. So 349 plus 262, 611. From this deduct 2,08,000 minus the 4,03,000. From 4,03,000 deductions allowed as per IT rules. Take the total of these three, 116,425. Deduct 116 to 425, 286,575. To this add refund from GST, that is 8,150. So if you add up, you'll get 2,94,725. This is the income from business. That's all. But apart from this, you have to write a number of notes. Whatever I have explained so far, you make a note of it, and in examination, you must write all working notes regarding the different items. Example, the purchase of copyright know-how or intangible asset. It is a capital expenditure, disallowed. Whereas depreciation at the rate of 25% is allowed. It is used for less than 6 months. So 50% of normal depreciation is allowed. Like that. Expenditure incurred on family planning among the employees. That is disallowed. No, it is not there here. Next problem it is there. Reserve for bad debts, interest on capital, all these are disallowed. Right? Now I am coming to the 9th problem. Mr. Anil Kumar furnishes the following particulars for the assessment year 2021. Compute income from business. Again, profit and loss account is given. Here, net profit as per P&L account is 4,38,000. So I have taken computation of income from business, Mr. Anil Kumar, for the assessment year. 4,38,000 is the profit as per P&L account. Now, debit side, we will see. Salary to staff allowed. Interest on bank loan allowed. Expenditure on promotion of family planning among the employees. Income Tax Act says it is not allowed as deduction. Expenditure incurred on employees for family planning, it's disallowed. So here family planning expenses among employees, disallowed. Next one is goods and service tax, GST, allowed. Income tax, disallowed. So income tax 2,000, here I have disallowed. Income tax 2,000. Gratuity to staff, allowed. Reserve for future losses, disallowed. Reserve for future losses, it's an anticipatory loss. Then reserve for bad debts, disallowed. Reserve for bad debts. Then reserve for payment of income tax, disallowed. Reserve for payment of income tax, disallowed. Car expenses, allowed. Office expense, allowed. Rent and repair of building, allowed. Municipal taxes of staff quarter. See, the SSC has made some staff quarters and let out the staff quarter to the employees. So this rent received from staff quarter is a business income, because for the smooth running of the business, the SSC has constructed the staff quarters and given on let out to the employees. So whatever rent received is a business income, and expenses incurred on staff quarter is a business expense. Is a business expense. So yes, municipal taxes for staff quarter is allowed, assuming that it is a business income, because rent from staff quarter we are treating it as a business income. Depreciation, computer, car, furniture and building. We assume that this depreciation is as per IT rules, so it is allowed as deduction. That's all. Debit side we have seen. Now credit side, gross profit, then rent from staff quarter. In working note you should write down, rent from staff quarter is assumed as a business income because the quarters are made for smooth running of the business. Then sundry receipt is a business income. Interest on bank deposit, it is taxable under income from other sources. It is not a business income, so deduct. Incomes taxable separately, interest on bank deposit 17,000, deduct. Similarly, next one is profit on sale of equity shares, long term 6,000. According to the provisions of Income Tax Act, long term capital gain on sale of equity share is exempted up to rupees 1 lakh. Write it down. Make a note of it. Long term capital gain on sale of equity shares is exempted up to rupees 1 lakh. So here 6,000 is not a business income. This 6,000 rupees credited to P&L account is not a business income, so deduct. Profit on sale of equity shares 6,000, deduct. And in note you should write on, it is exempted up to 1 lakh rupees. Over, we have seen the debit side and we have seen the credit side. Now few adjustments are there. Salary to staff include Mrs. Arun Kumar's salary of 10,000, who is working as a typist, and Mr. Arun Kumar's salary is 30,000. Mr. Arun Kumar is the owner, proprietor. The proprietor's salary always disallowed. So Arun Kumar is getting a salary of 30,000 and already that salary is included in salary to staff. It is disallowed. Salary to proprietor will be disallowed. So here salary of, where is that? Salary, proprietor's salary. You can see here proprietor's salary 30,000 disallowed. Right? Whereas Mrs. Arun Kumar, that means the wife of the SSC, is an employee. She is a typist. So at home she is the wife of the SSC, but in the office she is an employee. She is a typist. So salary paid to Mrs. Arun Kumar is allowed as deduction. Nothing should be done. Only a note should be given. Salary paid to Mrs. Arun Kumar is allowed as deduction because she is an employee. She is a typist. Salary to staff includes salary to Mr. Naveen for the month 45,000 paid in cash. Income Tax Act says any revenue expenditure over 20,000 should be paid through crossed check or bank draft. It should not be paid in cash. If any revenue expenses exceeding 20,000 paid in cash, the whole amount is disallowed, 100% disallowed. So here salary paid in cash 45,000 to Naveen, disallowed completely, 45,000. Here salary to Naveen 100% disallowed, 45,000. Next one is a sale transaction of 60,000 is not recorded in the books and the profit is 10%. Income Tax Act says if any unrecorded sale is there, we calculate the profit on that unrecorded sale and add up. So here last one, profit on unrecorded sale 10% of 60,000 is 6,000. Right? Next one, gratuity paid to staff is 20% in excess of the statutory limit. So Income Tax Act says gratuity will be allowed as deduction only to the limit given by the Act. If the gratuity paid is more than that limit, it is disallowed. So here it is given 20% is in excess. So calculate, gratuity paid is 90,000, debited 90,000, but 20% of 90,000 is disallowed. So here gratuity, excess of payment of gratuity 20% of 90,000, that is 18,000 is disallowed. That's all. All the adjustment items I have explained, every item. So Now we'll find out the income from business. Take the total of all inadmissible expenses. It comes to 1,34,000. Add up 438 plus 134, 5,72,000. This is the total. Now from this, deduct the incomes which are taxable separately. Here how much? 23,000. Deduct 572 minus 23, 549. To 549 add profit on unrecorded sale, 6,000. So income from business is 5,55,000. That's all. So here only calculative part I am showing, whereas the provisions which you have to write in working note, I am explaining each and every point. You have to make a note of it right now, and in examination that working note will be a part of the solution. If you don't write any working note, only simply if you calculate, you will not get the full marks. So always maintain the notes. So inshallah we'll continue the next problem in the next video. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video, share my channel among your groups, among your friends, so that more students can watch the video and enhance the knowledge. Give your comments, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed my channel, and buy the super thanks which is given below my video. Inshallah we'll continue the next problem in the next video.